My God, my gorgeous Leo, do you know, I will tell you this, but you are going to be so happy at the beginning of this week. You are going to be so excited, because it's a lot to do with number one, what you're going to realize, it's this huge victory, this huge recognition. This is going to be such a beautiful moment in your life because it's a lot to do with things that you have been working on, things that you were trying to achieve. But something is going to happen here much sooner, much quicker than you could have possibly imagined. And this in itself, it's really going to throw you out of balance in the best possible way. But most importantly, it's going to make you feel so excited and so happy. You know how happy and excited you're going to feel at the beginning of this week, that this is going to create such a mind-blowing energy which is so powerful, and it's so unique, and it's so powerful because it has got this instant ability in order to heal you, in order to heal something very specific about you, in order to heal your life. So this in itself, it's also a kind of instantly going to make you aware of the fact how much better you feel after that moment in time, but it's also going to reflect on you mentally. This is bringing so much clarity into your life, but it's also going to reflect on you physically. You will realize, my gorgeous Leone, how clever you are, how smart you are, and how intelligent you are as well, because this in itself is going to be the direct result of your hard work and you being persistent, even at a time when lots of people would be like, kind of like, what are you doing, what are you talking about, type of things. You manage to kind of stay on this specific path, which is about to reward you now, my gorgeous Leone, like never ever before. This is gonna, this is really bringing an amazing opportunity into your life. This is what you need to understand. This in itself is bringing an amazing opportunity into your life. So now you're going to feel like really courageous. You're going to feel really powerful. You're going to feel really optimistic. But because you will know that now it's time for to take action. And you are, my gorgeous Leone, you love action, okay? Because this in itself, it's not about any action. This is about you doing what you're so passionate about. It's going to lead towards an amazing accomplishment. You're gonna realize exactly why you're so different to so many other people. But also, all this is gonna happen completely unexpectedly. One cycle is coming to an end, and another cycle, my gorgeous Leone, it's about to begin at a time when you did not expect this whatsoever. You also need to understand that the actual luck is most certainly going to be on your side. That's exactly how you're gonna feel. Oh my God, I'm so lucky, and this is absolutely brilliant. And this, my gorgeous Leone, look at this, it's gonna lead towards, ultimately it's gonna lead towards this. Look at this. This is gonna lead towards, look at this, towards you coming home to yourself, and towards you doing things that you wanted to do in absolute ages. This is going to change your whole quality of life in general, because I know that you have been unhappy for a while, and it's a lot to do with your immediate environment, whether you wanted to move on from where you are, whether you wanted to make a certain changes. Well, this in itself is going to allow you to do just that, what you wanted to do for so long, but it's going to reflect on your home, and if we are unhappy where we spend the most of our time at, then this is like a huge amount of energy, negative energy that we carry within, that we shouldn't, because it's clouding our mind, it's clouding our spiritual journey, so we don't see as far as we could. You see what I mean? So this is why this is so important. And also, my gorgeous Leone, you will know that somebody in your life now is struggling with something so much. I'm sorry, I've seen this person before, but somebody in your life who's connected to you very strongly, whether this is a family member, whether this is a great friend that you know for so long, it doesn't matter, but somebody is like really kind of going to be struggling so much. Something happened to somebody in your life, or something will happen to somebody in your life, and that particular person is just going to need a little bit of your assistance. But you need to be careful. Something negative happened to that person. You need to be careful, because that person is like very stroppy and very touchy, feely at the moment. So you just need to kind of like help that person, but without putting your opinion across so much, without criticizing that person. I'm not saying you would be criticizing, but you just have to be careful how you approach that person, because that particular person is not themselves at the moment. They're rather stroppy and very, very stressed, and that person is taking everything against themselves, you know. So, you know, this is a bit of fun for you. So that particular person is going to need kind of your help and your guidance, but without that person knowing that you're offering help and guidance to that person. So you're going to be very careful. You're going to need to be very careful how you're going to approach this. But this person needs your life. You're the only one who can actually help this person. And please don't have a go at me, oh, I don't have nothing to do with somebody else's life. No, baby, no. No, baby, no, don't say that. This is someone who is connected to you and someone who means to you so much. So it's either a friend or it's either a family member. And just understand sometimes, especially when it comes to the family members, you know, of course, that we don't choose our family members, you know. I mean, it's a horrible thing to say. We don't choose our family members, you know. And it's just like basically we are on this earth, and we are born within a certain environment, and there are going to be certain people which are going to be in our lives for the rest of our lives, you know. And what am I trying to say here? That the people come in all sorts of like energy forms, you know, and people are dealing with so many things and problems, you know, with their own issues, and they reflect this on the outer world in different ways. Some people are stronger, some people are weaker, and some people deal with certain things in their own way. So this is someone who like is holding a lot in, and it's someone who is very sensitive, like ridiculously sensitive here. So this is gonna get back to you so much, because it's just like you're talking to that person, you're approaching that person and trying to help that person without that person knowing that you're helping that person, and you are going to do something magical. You are going to do something remarkable indeed. And also, my gorgeous Leonie, at around the beginning of this week, there is something else that, you know, you're going to realize something else, you know, something that you haven't been honest with yourself, you know, that there is like someone is going to be on your mind, somebody very specific. And this particular person who's going to be on your mind, it's like you're not going to be able to stop thinking about that person whatsoever. So if you're ready for like a romance and things like that, oh my God, there is someone very special that it's like kind of coming. Do you know what I mean? Like someone really special who you're going to be thinking about. But if you're not thinking about romance, if you're already with someone, or you don't want any romance or anything like that in your life, then this particular person who you're going to be thinking so intensely about, it's also kind of going to contribute to your life so amazingly. Perhaps this is going to be like a lover, Mr. Lover. Perhaps this is going to be Mr. Lover, you know, or perhaps this is going to be like a friend, you know, but it's someone who is going to make a dramatic or drastic change. Not dramatic, but drastic change, you know, to your life, because that particular person who is going to be on your mind, it's at the same time going to help you to break through something, through some kind of self-imposed prison. That particular person is carrying this sacred spiritual formula, which is going to open your eyes. It's going to make you aware of so much that you weren't aware of before. But most importantly, it's going to help you to break through a kind of a cycle, a dark cycle that you have to, for the love of God, come out of as soon as you possibly can. Okay? By the time you get to the meat part of this week, my gorgeous Leonie, it's basically about, you know, ooh la la, do you know what? You are going to give some kind of a birth to some kind of creation here. You're going to realize, oh my God, I'm giving a birth to some kind of creation. I know this sounds really crazy, but I think that you will most certainly and most importantly know what I mean. But at the same time, these are just the beginning stages. These are just the beginning stages. You're giving birth to some kind of creation here, you're going to realize that something has gone on a completely different level, organically and subconsciously. You didn't think that this is going to kind of bring you to this moment in your time, in your life. So this is brilliant. So you're going to see like the birth of creation that you kind of maybe didn't even give a credit to yourself before, so you didn't notice it, you know. And so now you're going to become aware of this. But what you need to be careful, because there is some kind of a devil around here. There is some kind of nasty temptation, and you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. So as soon as you become aware of this creation, you give a birth to some kind of creation. Now the problem is that there are going to be two things, two options, two things that are going to be on your mind. One thing, it's going to be like, you know, it's going to seem too good to be true, and it's going to be something that's going to feel so dark about it, and it's very easy to ignore this darkness, you know, when you're focusing on the outcome so far ahead. Then it's just so easy to ignore this darkness. But if you ignore the darkness in between, you ignore your spirit, you ignore what your spirit is trying to tell you. So it's something that, you know, almost as if you're going to become aware of this option that you can take when it comes to that creation, taking it on the next stage. But this is going to seem too good to be true. Something is not going to be right about it whatsoever, and you need to ignore things. And another thing, it's like basically you need to, another thing that I said is the second thing that you need to pay attention to, that you have to focus on, is how much of like a potential this is bringing into your life. Focus on the actual potential here. Focus on the actual potential, and not on the shortcuts that don't make sense, that are too good to be true anyway. So that's the way to avoid this devil. Focus on things that you need to do organically. So when you become aware of this creation, this birth of this creation, at the same time you just need to pay attention to, like, you know, to the actual possibilities that this is bringing into your life, rather than cutting things through and focusing on the actual shortcut. This is so important, because only couple of days later, on one hand, you will realize already that would have been so unwise, that devilish thing that was happening, that option or opportunity that was too good to be true. No, baby, no. You only couple of days later, you're going to realize that first choice would have been an unwise choice indeed, okay? And you're going to realize how much happier you're actually going to be now. And you're also going to realize which people do you need to avoid as well. And this is all going to ultimately lead towards you making such an important decision. You will know again, now it's time for action again, my gorgeous Leonie. It's all about action, and activity that you're going to feel, and confidence that you're going to feel. You will know exactly what do you need to do. You will know exactly which step do you need to make. And it's going to lead towards absolutely mind-blowing accomplishment. Not only accomplishment, but everything around you is going to seem different, and you are going to be able to do things directly from your spirit, from your soul, which you couldn't have done for a while, because so much that you have actually been through. You were up and down, and now most certainly, my gorgeous Leonie, it's all going to start going up after this moment in time. Look at that. It's going to lead towards this 9 of coins. You see this big mama here, okay? 9 of coins. This is what is going to lead towards. So this is why this is so important indeed. And the 9 of cups. I mean, do I need to say more? Do I need to say more? Do I need to say more? The third part of this week, my gorgeous Leonie, the last part of this week, it's like you are just going to realize, like, oh my God, that you're going to realize, like, this is missing so much in my life. You will know exactly what's missing in your life. You will know, oh my God, this is missing so much. This is missing in my life so much. And it's all going to be triggered by someone who motivated you. And this particular person who motivated you, it's like about this person who motivated you. This person is going to inspire you. And this is somebody very ambitious. And on one hand, you're going to feel like, oh my God, you know what? Like, if I don't do this, no one else is going to do this for me. It's time to take a leadership leadership role of my life, you know. This person is going to inspire you so much, and you're going to feel like, I want to step into the spotlight, you know. You're going to feel like you've never felt before, and this is going to help you to keep your eyes on the big picture indeed, and it's going to help you to open up and communicate your vision. By communicating your vision, you're making it happen already. You're halfway there. And this is also very important to mention, that this is not the right time to be sensitive to criticism whatsoever. The more people criticize you, you know, the more valavumish you should actually feel, the more powerful you should feel, because you're doing something that comes directly from your heart, from your soul, from your spirit. So if people criticize you, that's actually a good sign, showing how unique, how different, but most importantly, how powerful you are. And this, my gorgeous Leonid, you know, it's so important, because at the same time, it's going to leave you, it's going to put you in this mode. You will know what is missing in your life. And now you're going to start planning. And now you're going to go into that planning mode. There is so much which is going to be on your mind. And for the next few days, you're going to be sleeping. And you're going to realize every day, every single day, you're going to realize how much you want to escape from certain things, how much you want to run away from certain things. And every day you're going to realize more and more and more how you're not able to do what you want to do, and you haven't been able to do exactly what you wanted to do. And you're going to realize, like, well, what am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? And this is something that you need, this energy, this really powerful energy, which is a really you're going to have this idea, my gorgeous Leonie, and this idea is going to come to you at the time where you're going to be thinking like, oh my God, you are having so many kind of priorities. There are so many priorities. There's so many things going to be going on. And suddenly in the midst of these things, like almost as if you're going to feel a little bit of pressure, now suddenly you are going to have this idea. And this idea that you're going to have, it's going to come from you, like just out of the blue, thinking about a certain memories. And then you're going to be brought to the certain aspect of your life from a long time ago when things were so simple. And there is something you're going to realize, there is something that you're going to see, there is something that you're going to understand about yourself, you know, and what you're going to see, it's like almost as if like it was always there, but you're going to realize an impact of something that was happening in your life like a long time ago, something that was making an impact in your life, like a huge impact that you used to enjoy, and you almost forgot about it. You're going to be reminded of this, and there is a very special reason for it. There is, because this in itself is going to be a really beautiful experience, very interesting and strange, out of this world experience, which is going to leave you with absolutely no option but to make certain changes. Okay, my gorgeous Leonie, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.